I want to start with the most insane phone call of my life. It wasn't my husband calling me to tell me he missed me. It wasn't a call from my massive corporate bank account alerting me to suspicious activity. It was my mother. The same mother who hadn't spoken to me in over 4 years. The same mother who had completely and deliberately ignored my wedding, which, by the way, was a beautiful, intimate event I'd paid for myself. The call came exactly 2 days after I'd posted a very casual, very deliberate photo on my private Instagram. It was a picture of me standing next to my $135,000 brilliant white Porsche Taycan smiling, holding a ridiculously expensive coffee with the caption, "Just another Tuesday commute." The phone rang and the screen flashed a mom. I didn't recognize the number at first, but the name was unmistakable. I answered, and her voice, that high, tight, judgmental sound I hadn't heard in years, cut through the silence. "We need to talk," she said, skipping any greeting, any apology, any pretense of affection. "Your father and I saw your picture. There are some things we need to discuss as a family. There will be a *** family meeting tomorrow ** night at 8. You * will * be there." The audacity, the instant leap back into the role of the supreme matriarch, demanding my presence after years of absolute silence, all because of a luxury car she saw on social media. It was breathtaking. What I decided to do next, the ** surprise * I brought to that meeting, was in many ways the culmination of 2 decades of being their forgotten child and 4 years of hard, one beautiful freedom. Was I wrong to seize that opportunity for a public, undeniable reckoning? Tell me if you would have handled the situation any differently, because I showed up ready to burn down every single bridge they thought they still owned. To truly grasp the level of my parents' hypocrisy, you need the full backstory of my family and my wedding. I have an older brother, Alex, who was the ** golden boy **, and then there was me, Emma. Alex was a mediocre student, a terrible decision maker, but he was charming, athletic, and eventually settled into a safe, boring, and approved sales job. He was, to them, perfect. I was the quiet, nerdy kid who loved coding, math, and anything that involved a screen. I was good at it, too. I excelled academically, winning scholarships they never bothered to attend ceremonies for, and eventually earning a computer science degree from a top university. My parents, however, always viewed my career path as unfeminine, too isolating, and a phase. They never celebrated my achievements. They only criticized my lack of a conventional social life and my refusal to date respectable, professional men. Their love was always conditional, and I never met the conditions. The final, definitive break came with my engagement. I met David, my now husband, in my last year of college. He's a brilliant, kind, and wildly successful data scientist. We fell in love, and it was a pure, supportive love that contrasted sharply with the coldness of my family home. When I announced my engagement, my mother's first response wasn't a hug or a tear. It was, "Well, that's fine, dear, but have you considered waiting until Alex gets a promotion? We can't have your wedding overshadowing his career prospects, can we?" The insensitivity was staggering. They immediately started dictating the terms. The wedding must be held in their church with their priest, with their massive guest list of business associates, and they would pay for half, which meant they would control 100% of the decisions. I said no. I told them David and I wanted a small destination wedding. Just 50 of our closest friends and family, on the beach in Hawaii. It would be entirely paid for by us, because by that point, David and I were both working high, paying tech jobs, and were financially secure, a fact they only dimly grasped. My father slammed his fist on the table. "You will not defy us, Emma. You will have a proper wedding here. You will invite my clients. This is a family event, not some vacation for you and your friends. He demanded compliance, believing his financial and emotional authority was absolute. When I stood firm, calmly explaining that it was *R* day and *R* money, my father issued the ultimatum: fine, have your little beach party. If you choose that over your family, then we will not attend *, and neither will Alex. Consider yourself cut off from the family from that day forward. They actually followed through. They ignored every invitation, every RSVP, and every attempt at reconciliation I made in the months leading up to the wedding. They didn't call, they didn't text, and they didn't send a single card. My brother, Alex, being the obedient golden child, naturally sided with them. I walked down the aisle with David's father giving me away, surrounded by people who genuinely loved and supported us. It was a perfect day, but there was a sharp, tiny pain of permanent abandonment. When I returned from my honeymoon, I blocked them all, Mom, Dad, and Alex, on every social media platform, changing my privacy settings to make sure they couldn't lurk. I erased them from my life, and for the next 4 years I was happier, healthier, and wealthier than I had ever been. David and I thrived. We were promoted repeatedly in our respective tech fields. Our combined income became truly staggering, and we used our money to build a beautiful life. We traveled the world, bought a stunning home with no mortgage, and last month, as a joint anniversary gift, we bought the Porsche Taycan **, the silent, high-performance electric beast that was my dream car. It was a symbol of our success and freedom. I drove it with a sense of quiet triumph every single day. I had built a life that was objectively, professionally, and financially superior to everything my parents had ever tried to control or diminish, all without a single penny or word of encouragement from them. Then, about 2 weeks ago, I made a small but significant tactical error. I unblocked my old friend Sarah on Instagram. Sarah, bless her heart, is lovely but a notorious gossip and, crucially, still friends with my brother's wife. I knew that posting my major success would be impossible to contain. The photo of the Taycan, carefully framed in front of my custom-built house, was my calculated, strategic move. It was bait, and my mother, the shark, took it immediately. That brings us back to the phone call. Family meeting tomorrow. She had ordered, not "we miss you" or "we're sorry," but a demand for my presence. The unmitigated arrogance of it stunned me into silence for a moment, and then a profound sense of calm washed over me. This wasn't a summons. It was an invitation. An invitation to drop the final bomb, to deliver the surprise I had been waiting 4 years to unleash. I knew exactly what they wanted: money, access, and to claim ownership of my success. They assumed I had married into money, and now they wanted a piece of the pie. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I confirmed, my voice flat and completely devoid of emotion. I will be there. I hung up before she could say another word, already smiling. I immediately called David and told him the entire exchange. He listened patiently, then simply said, "Wear the power suit, and honey, let's take the **. I knew he was right. This had to be an event. I spent the next 24 hours meticulously planning my strategy, my outfit, and my exact words. This wasn't just about showing up. This was a performance, a dramatic reading of the truth they had refused to acknowledge. I wanted to make sure they understood the vast, unbridgeable chasm between the life I was living and the tiny, cramped world of conditional love they offered. So that's the situation I was in. I was about to walk into a family meeting, orchestrated by the same people who threw me out of their lives, and the only reason they wanted to talk was because a social media post proved I was financially untouchable. I had the power, the resources, and the complete moral high ground. Before I tell you about the meeting itself, about the shock on their faces, the demands they made, and the surprise I actually delivered, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have gone? Would you have just ignored the call and maintained your peace? Or would you have seized the moment, for a public, final, and satisfying show of independence. Seriously, let me know what your revenge move would have been, because the scene I walked into was far more dramatic than I could have imagined. The next evening, David drove me to my parents' house, but he didn't come in. He waited half a block away in the Taycan, my emotional and literal getaway driver. I stepped out of the car in a tailored charcoal suit that cost more than their living room sofa, wearing a custom-made watch that was an early anniversary gift. I looked like the CEO I wasn't quite yet, but was well on my way to becoming. I was polished, powerful, and utterly detached. I didn't knock. I used the key I still technically possessed and walked right into the formal living room. The setting was pure theater. My mother, my father, and Alex were all seated on the sofa, looking rigid and slightly panicked. It was less a family meeting and more a small, tense tribunal. They all looked immediately overwhelmed by my appearance. My suit was not just expensive. It was a statement of serious, adult authority they were not used to seeing from their little girl. "You're late," my father stated, trying to regain control with a classic petty complaint. I glanced at my watch, then back at him. "I'm exactly on time for an 8 p.m. meeting. I'm glad you all could clear your schedules. Now, what's so important that you ended a 4-year silence?" I didn't sit down. I stood in front of them like a lawyer addressing a hostile jury. My mother, predictably, jumped straight to the car. "Emma, we saw the photo. The white car. We are concerned. Where did you get that kind of money? Did your husband go into debt? Is he running some kind of criminal enterprise? Because, you know, we have an image to maintain here." I laughed, a short, genuine burst of amusement. "Criminal enterprise? Mom, it's a car, a very nice car. David and I bought it with cash, full stop. And what image are you maintaining? The image of the family who abandoned their daughter on her wedding day." My father ignored the dig, his eyes narrowing with calculation. "The wedding, that's part of why we need to talk. We've realized. A small wedding was a mistake. Now that you and David are clearly doing very well, we feel you need a proper reception. Willing to host an extravagant reception now, a belated one, of course, and invite all of our associates. It would be a wonderful opportunity for you to network and thank us for the upbringing that led to this success." He gestured vaguely, his attempt at magnanimity completely transparent. He wasn't offering to celebrate me. He was offering to exploit my success for his own social gain. "So, you didn't call to apologize for abandoning me." I clarified slowly, my voice dripping with ice. "You called to try and opt my success and claim credit for a car you saw on Instagram. Is that the sum total of the last 4 years of family communication?" My brother Alex chimed in, the golden boy finally speaking. "Look, Emma, we made a mistake about the wedding, okay, but Dad's right. You need to start thinking about the family now. You guys have this huge house and that car, and Dad's company is going through a slow patch. It's time for you to start contributing. Maybe you could invest a substantial amount into Dad's firm and maybe give me a loan for a deposit on a bigger place." His entitlement was nauseating. He genuinely believed that my success was a communal family asset to be distributed as they saw fit. That was the moment. I had my opportunity. I reached into the inner pocket of my tailored suit and pulled out a stack of impeccably printed documents, held together by a simple gold paper clip. "This is the surprise I brought to the family meeting," I announced. I walked to the coffee table and carefully set down the stack of papers. The top document was a cease and desist order ***. "What is this?" my father demanded, reaching for it. "Don't touch it," I warned him, and the authority in my voice made him pull his hand back. "It's a *** legal notification ***. Over the past 6 months, I've had my attorneys monitor all of your communications. It turns out that after you saw my initial vague posts about my business success, a few years ago, you started doing 3 things. First, you began telling your business associates that David and I were key investors in your firm. Second, you started introducing David's company and my current firm's name into your sales pitches, implying a professional partnership. Third, you began using the phrase "our daughter," the tech mogul, in your social media updates, claiming ownership of my career. They were speechless, their faces a mixture of fear and rage. You have been using my name, my husband's name, and our professional reputation to garner social and professional capital that you are not entitled to. You are presenting a *** false association, ***. That is not only unethical, but, as my attorney has concluded, legally actionable, particularly in matters of financial misrepresentation. I pointed to the documents on the table. The cease and desist order is step 1. It demands you immediately stop all mention of my name, David's name, and our professional affiliations to anyone for any reason. If you violate this, next set of papers will be a *** defamation and fraud lawsuit ***. I have the funds, the resources, and the complete lack of emotional attachment necessary to pursue this to the fullest extent of the law. I will not have my reputation jeopardized by your desperation and greed. My mother finally shrieked, tears flooding her eyes. How dare you? We are your parents. We raised you. That car, that house, that life. It belongs to us. You owe us. I leaned forward, placing my hands flat on the coffee table, my eyes locking with hers. You abandoned me. You chose your pride and your petty control over attending the most important day of my life. You disowned me, a 4-year-old abandonment is not cured by a $135,000 car appearing on Instagram. Your upbringing consisted of ignoring my talents and crushing my spirit, and I succeeded in spite of you, not because of you. I owe you nothing, in fact. I reached into my other pocket and pulled out a cashier's check, folded neatly. I believe I owe you this. I slid the check across the table. It was made out to my parents for a small, specific amount. The exact total of all the negligible expenses they had ever paid for me after I turned 18, down to the last dollar, including one small, very old textbook they had bought me. It was stamped ***, paid in full, all debts clear, ***, that is the final, total repayment for every last financial penny you ever spent on me that could be construed as an investment. You are now paid in full. There is no debt, financial or emotional. I am not your daughter anymore. I am just ***, Emma ***, a client of your reputation, and my attorneys and I are demanding strict compliance with this legal order. My father snatched the check, his hand trembling, his face a mask of shock, rage, and dawning horror. He finally understood. This wasn't a girl looking for validation. This was a successful, independent woman who was using her power to sever all ties legally and definitively. Alex, ever the opportunist, stammered B. But what about the loan? You can't be serious about the lawsuit, Emma. We're family. Family doesn't abandon you on your wedding day. I stated simply. And no, Alex, there is no loan. The only thing you're getting from me is this warning. If you continue to contact me outside of this legal process, or if you violate this cease and desist order, my next call will be to your employer to discuss your involvement in your father's false association scheme. You are out of your depth. I looked at all 3 of them. My father clutching the check, my mother sobbing into her hands, and Alex staring at me in terrified disbelief. They had desperately wanted a family meeting to gain access to my wealth. I gave them a meeting where I weaponized that wealth against their control. I turned and walked out, leaving the stunned silence behind me. I got into the Taycan, and David drove us away. We didn't say a word until we were miles away, and then I just started laughing, a deep, cleansing laugh of pure, unadulterated relief. The aftermath was exactly as I expected. There were no more calls. The cease and desist order had the desired effect. Silence and fear. They knew I was serious, and they knew I had the legal firepower to destroy their fragile social standing. My father's business associates, hearing rumors of the legal threats, began to distance themselves from him. My mother removed all mentions of me from her Facebook page. The power dynamic was permanently inverted, and the fear of my retaliation was far more effective than any love or loyalty could have been. I had gone from the forgotten, easily dismissed daughter to the untouchable, powerful figure they desperately feared, all because of a $135,000 car that exposed their greed and gave me the perfect opportunity to cut them out forever. My life with David remains peaceful, prosperous, and filled with the genuine, unconditional love I was always denied. The Taycan is still my favorite car, not just for the way it drives, but for the way it finally set me free. This story taught me a crucial lesson. The best revenge isn't always about being loud. Sometimes it's about becoming so quietly successful and so utterly independent that you can finally use your hard-earned power to walk away on your own terms. That freedom, that clean cut, is worth more than all the money in the world. Like this video if you were on my side and agree that setting boundaries with legal force is sometimes the only way to save yourself. Subscribe for more stories of dramatic independence and family reckonings, and share your final thoughts on this whole mess in the comments section. Did they deserve that surprise? Let me know. I'll see you all in the next story.